All right, y'all. So I got my boy Sherman Gay in the building today.
What's up? What's up?
We're gonna set him up for a nice shape up cut. But you guys already know what the platform is about. This is GarrCee Concierge Studio, where we come direct and live and we share journeys, leveling up, transition, family goals, and balance. So while I'm doing the haircut, I'm gonna be asking my boy some questions about his journey. You know, start from the beginning to where you're at now.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoy. All right, man. So, Sherman, we've been knowing each other for a while.
Yeah, definitely. High school.
Yeah,
sure.
we definitely been in the trenches together. So, I want to share something, with the people about your journey, your growth, the things that you have accomplished, who you are, the man that you became today. And let's get started. So, I want to talk about, your upbringing. What was it like growing up in your neighborhood, and what drives you to be everything that you became to be and more, even in your life today? Well, where did all this come from?
Well, I grew up in Carson, California. I had two parents, household. I had a younger brother, younger sister. I think for me, what kind of led me on the path was I was always, my pops played sports. He played tennis. He went to UCLA. My mom went to LMU. She didn't play any sports, but she was from Jamaica, and she came out here to adopt it. And so they were kind of my upbringing. They were who I looked up to. Obviously, my mom came from Jamaica out here for a better life. Because her biological parents, they were farmers. They couldn't really afford to take care of her. So she got adopted by a white lady that was a nurse. So that was the grandma I knew growing up. And my dad is from Texas, a little town outside of Houston called LaPorte. Him and his brothers and sisters moved to LA when they were young. Also, in search of the American dream. Bigger, better life out here. So growing up, I always knew that, to be humble, because a lot of my parents came from humble beginnings. They did their best to instill in us the work ethic and working hard to reach your goals and do more than you're capable of doing. So I always knew that I wanted to, go to college and all that. That was always not an option for me not to. And then we started playing sports. They played pretty much everything from, my dad wanted us to play tennis, so we started off with that. But we didn't like it that much. So as I got older, your friends moving the kids around on the block and stuff like that. I decided, I wasn't tall then. I was, average. But I had a friend that was playing traveling team ball. Also growing up, I played in the Slam and Jam League. I wasn't that great either. But I had a friend that was playing traveling team ball. I think this was in 7th grade, maybe. And I begged my mom, let me, get on the traveling team or whatever, or try out for it. And that team was called B-ball. And I ended up trying out for it. Made the team. I don't think I played much. I don't really remember being that great. But
Sherman over here trying to be modest, y'all.
7th grade grade. Nah, I don't think I was. I think it wasn't until more trying to get more playing time. Going into my freshman year is when I was okay, I want to play more, I gotta get better, I gotta work more. And so I started working out with a trainer. At that time, his name was Wayne Slappy. And that's how where it started. I started working out more and I started getting better. And obviously we played together freshman year at St. Bernard's. I don't remember, we were on the freshman team. I don't remember what our stats were, or
right.
I don't remember my stats. I don't know if I had those figures or not. I can't tell you. But obviously freshman, sophomore year, we did JV. Now I'm still working, and I think going into that year is where I started putting in a lot more work, and I started like seeing the results. I started growing too. Like freshman year, I think I came in 5'11".
Yeah, y'all. Me and Sherman was like this, almost the same height. I think I was like a tad, a little bit taller.
Yeah, I came in 5'11", and freshman year I grew like 3 inches. So by the end of freshman year, I was say close to 6'3".
Yeah. And kept growing. I kept stopping.
Yeah. And then going into the sophomore year, I grew another 3 inches. And I was like the height I am now, pretty much. Which is, I'm listed at 6'7", but we can debate if it's 6'6" or 6'7". But I became that height. And then at that point, I was still working, but now I'm like, you know, it's all coming together. So I'm taller and I'm, you know, more athletic and stuff now. And so junior year, it was all coming together. Junior year, I had a great junior year. I don't remember exactly what I averaged, but it was probably all conference at St. Bernard's. And so.
And then he realized that, you know, we suck and he left us.
So if you look at like others, like, you know, so before it was Brandon Granville, he was at St. Bernard's, he was doing great. But it was like people weren't getting like
knowledge,
the high scholarships from St. Bernard's. So I was like, okay, well, he left and then went to FC. So I was like, okay, well, I didn't finish my junior year. I left like right after that whole season.
Yeah.
And went to Dominguez, which was a very good school, a Nike school.
Great move.
And it totally like changed, I won't say everything, but how I looked at basketball, because like over there, everything was sponsored. Like we would play in all the best tournaments. A lot of times it was just our high school team. But then also like most of the players that were good on that team played for like Southern California All-Stars. So we would go to the Nike tournaments like Peach Jam, the one in Orlando, and then you're playing against like the top competition of in your age group. And so that's when you really got to see, okay, where are you, what level you're at. And then going to that, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can, after that summer, going into my senior year, I'm like, okay, I mean, I became ranked at that time. I don't remember about the rank, but became ranked. You know, I had more high-level D1 schools looking at me. And I kind of knew for a fact that, okay, I can do this. I can, you know, get a scholarship to play D1 basketball.
Yep.
And so obviously the work kept. And we went to that senior year at Dominguez with a stacked team. I started on it. I averaged, I want to say, like maybe 13 points. I'm not sure exactly how many minutes. So we had like a squad where we would take starting 5 off the court, put a whole new 5 on, and it'd be like no drop off. And that year we ended up winning. That was 2000. Winning the national championship for high school. We beat Oak Hill that year, who was number 1.
Oh, nice. Who was on Oak Hill that year?
I remember the guy in my position was like Luke Whitehead, Dejana Jop was their center. I'm trying to think who their point guard was. I know he was in Kentucky, I can't remember his name. But yeah, we ended up beating them. We just had an MLK Classic, was that in Long Beach. We beat them there.
Nice.
And I think at that time we were 3rd in the nation, and they were 1 when we beat them. We did lose to them in the tournament in Hawaii before that, but I think we were 8 at that time. And then we had some better games that moved us up. So,
what was like your most challenging moments, especially like when you started growing, and then you reached that point where you started seeing the transition in your game? What was the sacrifices? What was the motivation? Knowing that at one point you said you felt like, okay, I'm getting better, but what do I do to keep myself getting better, to line myself up? Leaving St. Bernard, now going to a school that's dominating, has like great potential, but you know you want to stand out amongst that crew. How did you start knowing that, okay, this is where I need to start either sacrificing certain things in my life to get better, or like what was those moments?
I think like the first thing was probably one of the biggest reasons I left St. Bernard's, because if I stayed at St. Bernard's, I was going to play out of position. At St. Bernard's, I was the tallest person on the team, pretty much.
Correct.
So I was going to be a center, and I'm not a center. So one of the reasons I left to go to Dominguez is because I can move to my natural position, which I would play if I was playing in the NBA, which was a 3. So, and plus that's what I was working on when I'm working on with the trainer. I'm working on my handle, my guard skills, my shooting, driving at that time. Because at that time I was more of a slasher than like a shooter. So I'm working on all that type of stuff to get better and be more to my natural position. So when I did go to Mingus, I actually did play the 3, the small forward position instead of staying at the center position. So I was very athletic. I could jump with the best of them. I can dunk on pretty much a lot of people. So a lot of points are like, well, you're athletic, you can, roll, you can dunk it, then just put you in that position. So I think like the thing I had to sacrifice more was obviously continue to put in the work. Like, even while I was at St. Bernard's, continue to put in the work. I'm working on parts of my game that I wasn't getting to use as much. So continue to get better at my ball handling, be able to drill up the court, my defense, being able to be able to guard 1 through 5. I never really guarded the 1 as much, but I didn't want to be able to. So yeah, just kind of continue to put the time in to work on aspects of your game that you need to improve.
After getting to this point where you start seeing all the hard work, all the dedication, getting to that point of what you worked hard for and succeeding at it, what was next on the plate? I know you said, you start realizing that, and now I can play at a D1 school and stuff. Like, what was that like, trying to make sure that the school that you picked was going to challenge you, help you grow, outside of the court and inside the court, and show your dominance in all areas? Like, how was that? And then talk about the school you went to.
I'll probably say that, for most players, the summer is so important for when you're getting better. So you got to definitely put in your work in the summer. I remember countless times being in high school and in the summer going up to UCLA and trying to get in their runs. And I used to go up there with my trainer, and you talk to some people, and I would get on every now and then. And so actually playing against college guys, pros, and trying to compete, and then realizing that, okay, they're not there's not that big of a gap between you and them. And so when you start getting that confidence, okay, I can do this, I can compete with them. Okay, let's go. And from there on, I ended up going to LMU. I kind of wanted to stay in LA, but obviously, I want education, free education. So that was a main thing. My parents have done enough. So I want to kind of stay in LA. So obviously, it was 3 schools. It was UCLA, it was USC, and LMU. My dad also went to UCLA. I was getting some interest from UCLA, but it wasn't to the point where I was like, okay, yeah, they're gonna offer me. I think it came down to their last scholarship. I don't know what they were going with, and I understand it. So I ended up going to LMU, and I will say I was sold a dream at LMU. They were like, oh yeah, we're gonna build a team around you. It's gonna be this and that. There's a new coach coming in, and so my thing was also, okay, if you ball anywhere, they'll find you type thing. So I'm all right, cool, we'll do that. So I ended up going to LMU. But right before they got a new coach, they fired the old coach. So they got rid of a lot of the old players, and then they brought in. So they kept a little core of the old players, but then they brought in a lot of JUCO guys, transfers and stuff like that. So they were older. So going into my freshman year, it was me, another guy named Phil Sherman, and because they brought in a lot of older players, I guess they felt like they had to play them because obviously they're older and about to leave. So my freshman year, I don't think I played that much, but I would say we used to call ourselves the practice squad, all-stars. We would kill the first team in practice. We weren't getting burned like that. And I remember my parents, it was something like, keep balling and just make it so it's so obvious that they have to play you. So that was kind of like my mindset. Like, all right, it's not going as smooth as.
So let me ask you this real quick. So do you feel like at that moment that everything that you prepped yourself for and then you chose the school because of the information that was shared to you, that it was almost, once everything started playing out the way it played, almost made you feel like you, not as a failure to yourself, but this whole layout, this whole presentation of who I thought I was going to be when I came to the school, now it's feeling like, okay, I wasted my time. I could have went somewhere else and probably got the opportunity that I wanted. Did you look at it that way, or you just said, okay, this is the way the cards are going to be dealt, but I'm going to still do what I got to do to push forward? Yes, I came here for a great education, but I did come here to play as well. How was all that transition for you?
I'll probably say, like, there's definitely a time where I thought, like, okay, was this the right decision? But obviously at that time, if you transfer, you got to wait out a year. So there was a point in time where, like, okay, freshman year finished. I think I got a little bit more blurred towards the end of my freshman year. So I was like, okay, we'll just see. I did summer school that summer, stayed on campus, worked out a lot more, and was like, okay, let's see what happens now. It was kind of like building steps. I did better, but we still had, like, obviously it was the last year of those JUCO players. So I got a little bit more time, but it was like baby steps. So like every time I would get more time, I would do better. But then obviously I finished the sophomore year not where I wanted to be. But I absolutely just kept working. So then that summer going to junior year, I put in a lot of work. So I'm like, all right, I start to see glimpses of when I do get time, I do well. Here is where like everything kind of like came together, where I was like a leading scorer on the team. I was all conference, all WCC. I was defensive player of the year in the conference. Going into like getting an agent and stuff, like to try to get into the league or whatever.
That next level, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. More like, oh, we get you into some workouts with NBA teams, and then we see even get you on summer league type thing. But it wasn't like, okay, you got a guaranteed spot. Work out with the Lakers, went to work out with the Clippers.
So at this point, with all the movements and trying to get everything lined up, and now it's another staple, another stair climbing that you have to do for the next level. How was that movement for you? I know we touched on it a little bit, trying to find the right agent, trying to find the right, hopefully the best situation for you to hopefully get on a team, to get a team to look at you and see what you can offer. Once all that came to the play and then conversation you've had, I know for myself, and I just want to know that you decided to go overseas. How was that conversation for yourself, knowing that you did everything that you had to do to stay home and play it out the way you played it out, and now trying to see maybe if you can't get a home team, maybe work for the Lakers or get on the team for the Clippers or the Lakers, and then how that fell through, and now saying, okay, now I'm gonna take my talents and see what I can do overseas. How was that for you?
So I actually didn't go overseas first.
Okay.
So what happened was I didn't make a summer league team, so I didn't obviously get back to any camp or anything. But at that time they had it's called the G League now, but when I was there, it's called the D League. So how it was with the D League had a draft, and I'm trying to remember, it was in Atlanta or somewhere out that way. So I put my name in the G League draft. Okay. And I think we had, I want to say like a G League combine where you would go and work out before the draft and then you would get drafted. So I went to that, and I ended up getting drafted to a team at that time called the Roanoke Dazzle. Okay. So my first year I played was in the G League. A vet that played in the NBA that was trying to get back up, a point guard. The G League didn't pay nothing at that time. I think you either got an A, B, or a C contract. And the A was like the highest. It might have been $30,000 at that time. I'm broke. And my agent at that time was, okay, well, if you want to go overseas, you can make more money overseas. France for Pro A for, a team called Bourg-en-Bresse in Pro A, France. What
I love about your transition and your story is that you showing all layers of like, what young athletes experience, what they go through, trying to reach that next level, fighting against situations and moments where it feel like, because from what I'm taking from your story, you always make positive, strong business moves. You had the right guidance from your dad, your mom, help you figure out a lot of things. Being in a situation that felt like it could have been a growing stage for you, but realizing that, like you said, at one particular time that you was seeing yourself being put in a position that wasn't going to really help you develop what you can actually be in this business, or as far as like just being an athlete. But sometimes when you're dealing with certain coaches, or maybe even sometimes your parents, they might just see you as one particular thing. They don't let you really find that movement and that transition that maybe me being the point guard at this particular time was good for me. But now, since I'm starting to progress and I'm moving forward, maybe the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, just learning those avenues can help me better my game in the long run. And, you have the opportunity to do that. I also want to share with people that, you did win state when you was with the niggas, right?
Yeah, we won state, won CIF.
Okay. Yeah. Which is a great high stone in basketball. A lot of schools always reach or try to reach that accomplishment, but never do. What about college? Did you guys win?
No, in college we did not win anything.
Okay.
Our conference was always the WCC. We always had Gonzaga. At that time, Pepperdine was really good. St. Mary's was good, and so you would maybe get 2 teams out of the conference to go to NCAA, and it was always Gonzaga and somebody else. But we did beat Gonzaga once in the regular season, but we never beat them in the tournament or got far enough in the WCC tournament to. We never won it, and we never made it to the NCAA tournament. So, no.
But that didn't stop Sherman to continue his greatness, because then you went overseas and then you won a couple times, right?
Yeah. So overseas, if you don't know how overseas ball is. Overseas is just a lot tougher because you always have like the high budget teams that are, what you would say, get the best players and usually win it every year. End up going to the finals, so we beat like some of the top teams to get there. Short, but it was like we won. I remember we got back, the whole city loved us.
That's great.
We ended up getting like watches and stuff, commemorating the event. It was crazy.
Over here trying to be too modest and stuff about his career and all the accomplishments he has done and achieved. But I want to share some more stuff about Sherman. I'm not done with the luxury style grooming yet, but I just wanted to take a moment out and let you guys know that, Sherman, outside of, college, high school, has really, and overseas, has really made a staple in Los Angeles, California as well. Playing on the Drew League. Didn't you win the Drew League tournament?
I did. I won with Redemption a few years back. Actually, the coach was one of my teammates from high school, Dominguez. And he was also like one of my trainers, Keon Kendrick. So yeah, he definitely, when I just come back from overseas in the summer, I would get my workouts on with him, and to also help me get ready for the new season and stuff like that. So yeah.
Did you play against any of a lot of the NBA players that came in during that time? But I know you probably played against like the Game and stuff, but
yeah, definitely played against the Game. I got kicked out that game for fighting, but yeah, definitely played against the Game. But yeah, definitely played against teams of like Martin DeRozan for sure. All the guys from like Westchester that were on LA Unified. Okay. Like more recently when LeBron played, I didn't put on no shoes to get out there. I did get asked, but you don't play? I'm like, nah, I'm just spectator today. So.
Also, I want to share that this young male, this great specimen right here, is also, one of the guys you might see in the movies. He played Magic and Winning Time. That went how many seasons? Oh, what, 2 seasons?
2 seasons.
Seasons?
Yeah, so like it's something my brother kind of got me into. He was working in the entertainment industry, and he was like, "Oh, there's always, they're always looking for basketball players for commercials and stuff like that." And I was okay. Well, when I come home in the summer, if you get something, send it my way. And I remember I was home one summer and he got this audition for I think it was a Jordan commercial, a Carmelo Anthony commercial at the time. This when he was like in Denver still, and so I submitted for it. I ended up having to go to like a workout with a trainer, Brunei Idan, he was actually the basketball player for one time. It's how things come full circle. But yeah, so we went to the workout. It was like a real workout. We had like run, play, all that, and I ended up booking it. And so on the commercial, it was like 10 of us that booked it, and we were all, maybe 9 of us. We were all supposed to be Carmelo Anthony. So like, it was like in the commercial, he's doing everything. Everybody's Carmelo Anthony on the court. He's like announcing, he's reffing, he's doing like a little bit of everything. So everybody was like his, I guess you would call it his double at that time. And so what happened was we worked maybe 2 or 3 days, and then I left to go overseas, but then I got paid for it. And I was like, oh shit. Like, you can get paid this for like pretending to play basketball?
Yeah, right.
So after that, I said, all right, every summer I'm come home and try to get like a few commercials. And at that time, it was a guy named Mike Fisher that did pretty much all the big commercials Mike Fisher did. All the big Nike ones, all the big sports ones. So I kind of was like, whenever week he had a commercial, I would audition for it. And I kind of got a lot of the ones that he had. He used to say, like, if you're cool with him and he'll keep you working. So it kind of worked out that way. Nice. So like every summer I would get like maybe 1 or 2 good national commercials with him, and make some good residuals and go overseas. So it's kind of like double dipping. And so that kind of got me in it, and that kind of kept me in it. And so like until a while, that's what I was doing. And then just going to play overseas. And it wasn't till 2019 that it kind of changed, because I was overseas in France, and I got an offer. They were saying they were shooting Space Jam with LeBron for the summer.
Oh yeah.
And at first they're talking about like gonna have all these people in it, like Kevin Durant and all that, and like Giannis, and I guess they backed out or they didn't want to do it. So I got calls like to be, at that time it was, oh, do you want to be like the Kevin Durant person? Oh, that'd be cool. But it didn't end up happening. And so I was like, oh man, I really want to get on this, And then I got hit up by casting, like, oh, will you be his like LeBron stand-in for it? Like, it's be, the whole summer or whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'll do that. And so I ended up, being a stand-in for it, and it was fun. It was good. 3 months or whatever, and after that, I ended up getting a few more opportunities to work with him, which was cool. And I went back overseas. Went back to play in France, and so while in France, I got called to do something else. Ended up flying back, doing like a few commercials, and then COVID hit. And I ended up staying here. And when COVID was done, or like not even before it was done, I got my agents hitting me like, okay, what do you want to do? Do you want to go back overseas? And I was like, you know what? I'm getting older. I'm a vet now. I might just, go full time into the acting and stuff. And so I was blessed to, before things started opening back up, I got another call, because before in 2019 I also we shot the pilot for Winning Time, like right after Space Jam, and at that time I came on to, I guess when once you finish Space Jam, they're like, oh, we're shooting the pilot for Winning Time. They knew like we had some basketball players, so me and another guy named Zach, they fitted us for it to be Magic Johnson at that time. and Zach ended up getting it actually. He was the one to have at first been the Magic Johnson double, but then he had to do something. He had to do like a commercial or something. So they called me in to do it, and then the producers were like, "You're closer to the actor's skin tone, so we'll have you, be it from now on out." And so that's how it started. So we did the pilot, and then, COVID hit, kind of forgot about it. But then when COVID got over, I got a call from Edon again, and he's like, "Yo, we got greenlit for season 1. I know like stuff isn't open yet, but we're gonna start having workouts every day at the gym in Hollywood that we were in out. Are you interested? Are you available?" And I'm like, "Yeah." At this time, you couldn't go in the gym, you couldn't really work out. So for like, I want to say maybe 2 months, it was me, 3 other actors, the one that actually played Magic, Quincy, the one that played Norm Nixon, Devon, his son, and the guy that played Michael Cooper. And so the whole thing was to get 2 months of like real NBA training with them to see like how good we can make them, but also to like see if they need doubles. So we would like literally work out for 2 months every day in the morning for 1-2 hours and go through like real drill work. So I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. Y'all paying me to like
play ball,
work out. Like, I used to have to pay to work out. Like, okay, so we're getting like basketball training for 2 months, and then like, so they came to the conclusion that okay, this player, he's good from the train, he's good enough. He might not need a double. This player, okay, he's definitely he ain't play basketball. He's gonna need a double. And then it just was like when actually play Magic, it was more just like the size thing. So it was like, okay, he's gotten a lot better, but just some natural things and size wise, that it would be better for me to do it. So that's how it kind of went about. And then we actually shot season 1, and for that I did all the basketball stuff that needs full body person. I do. So that was cool getting to play Magic Johnson on that. Was obviously I grew up from here, I'm a Laker fan, so getting to emulate him on the screen was dope. And then also fun. Like, it was definitely one of the best sets that we've been on. All the guys that worked it loved it. And yeah, it was a good time. It was definitely a good ride. We thought it was a great show, and season 1 was good. Season 2 was still a lot of fun. Obviously it got rushed a little bit because it was supposed to be longer, but yeah, we wish it was a season 3, but it got canceled. So.
Recently just finished wrapping another show on Netflix. You can tell people the name of that show. Yeah,
I worked on Running Point, which was fun. Running Point obviously is different than Winning Time, but it's still a great cast and a good group of guys, and we had fun on it as well.
And then we ain't gonna forget that you did play in the remake of White Man Can't Jump.
Also true. In White Man Can't Jump, I played a basketball player in one of the tournaments. They ended up losing to the team at Lamert Park, but that was also fun. I got to yell at a ref a little bit, and have a good time on the court. I got dunked on, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Like, usually, like, I just have a friend that would tell me like, it's okay to get dunked on in a commercial because at least you're gonna get paid. So I've definitely got dunked on a few times for faking a commercial.
And the Jordan commercial.
Yeah, the Jordan commercial recently. I definitely got dunked on my bam. But yeah, I did this where it was okay. So yeah, it's fun. So
I just want to say it's truly an honor to know this guy from the beginning to now, and watching all his endeavors move forward. And I'm looking forward to see what else he has going on and what he's working on in the future. Family man, successful entrepreneur, but also businessman, father. And we also, got to highlight, that he does a lot of things for LeBron behind the scenes. Besides, just some of the movies, he does major commercials, Jordan, Nike brand, mostly a majority of all LeBron's commercials. And I just want to ask you this. I always like to leave off with this. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, 10 years from now? What is the legacy you want to leave behind? And I always like to say law of attraction. What is it that you're attracting yourself to in the next few months, year, that you see and you set your game plan towards?
Okay, let's see. Loaded question, but let's see. In the next 5 years, I'll say right now, like I'm so focused on family. Obviously, like being overseas and playing, you miss a lot of time. So being able to be home, like, cause you be gone like 8 months out of the year, sometimes longer, depending on how you do. I feel like, so I played overseas for, I want to say 15 years. So I miss a lot of time being here. So you see people grow, your family grow, your friends, their family. So now that I'm retired from basketball, I really enjoy my time. As far as, so like I enjoy being able to, create my schedule, have free time to do things that I want to do, which, I love giving back. So I enjoy, teaching the game to kids. I also enjoy, working with kids, working with, giving back to the youth. I enjoy, being able to be home and when I do work, still having an open schedule working, like, spend time and watch my kids grow. So in the next 5 years, I'm all about continuing to manage, like you said, the work and, work and not play, but like the work free time aspect of my life. Like technically, I won't say I'm retired, but I enjoy having the flexibility to be able to work when I want to work and be able to do other things when I don't want to do it. So in the next year, I want to continue to do things that I want to do, continue to invest in opportunities that I feel are good, and just kind of see where it goes. So,
all right. Well, I'm gonna give you this mirror. You can just look at it, but I'm gonna finish up the beard and everything.
All right. That's good.
Take it around.
Good to go.